Another direct reading from the book Christianity is Insanity: How the World's Most Popular Religion is Based Upon a Fictional Book, Part 1, by William Peters, regarding the death of Jesus. Matthew, Luke, and Mark are certain as to the next events. The Gospel according to Luke 23:45, the Gospel according to Mark 15:38, and the Gospel according to Matthew 28:51. At that moment the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. What the hell does that mean? What curtain? What temple? Please explain! But no, there is absolutely zero explanation in all three biographies. This is 2,000 years later, and I need to know more information. And why is it so important that a curtain was ripped into two parts? And who was in charge of tearing the curtain in two? Was it Elijah? Was it Jesus' soul once he released himself from his body? Is that the first action that Jesus' soul enacted upon being released from his body, was to tear a curtain into two equal parts? How could Jesus' soul tear apart a curtain since he was no longer a physical being? Was it the centurions of the government who were ordered to rip the curtain into two equal parts upon Jesus' death? Was it his mother Mary who, in anger and disgust, was so moved as to tear the curtain into two equal parts? Was it magic? That's it! That's the answer! It was magic! Someone or something, some magic, had to be responsible for the actions taken upon this curtain of the temple. Who will step forward and claim responsibility? No one, it seems. Again, to repeat myself, all three biographers provide no explanation regarding this matter. Maybe it wasn't magic at all. Maybe it is fictional. Maybe the gospel authors are making this up. For the biographers Luke and Mark, the curtain in the temple was enough. But Matthew, he added his own touch, because immediately after the curtain was torn in two, Matthew continues, the Gospel according to Matthew 28:51, the earth shook and the rocks were split. So Jesus' death caused an earthquake according to Matthew, but not according to Mark or Luke or John. According to John, nothing unusual happens on earth upon Jesus dying. And just how did that earthquake arrive at the precise moment that Jesus died? Was it magic? Can Elijah conjure up an earthquake whenever Elijah wants one to occur? Is God responsible for the earthquake? Was this earthquake an act of God? God can leave Jesus forsaken, according to Jesus, but he can have curtains torn in two and cause rocks to split by creating an earthquake? What other explanation is there? Fiction. Pure, unadulterated fiction. That's the other explanation. That's the actual, factual explanation. And believing that some man's death can cause an earthquake is insanity. And there's more in Matthew. Right after the earthquake and the rock splitting apart, Matthew 28:52 and 53, the tombs also were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. After Jesus' resurrection, they came out of the tombs and entered the holy city and appeared to many. Jesus' death then also caused tombs to open? How does a person's body's death cause tombs to open? Many bodies of the saints who had fallen asleep were raised. These bodies were in sealed tombs because Jesus' death caused the tombs to open. So obviously, previously, these tombs were closed up. And the saints had fallen asleep. They weren't dead. They were just sleeping inside these sealed tombs. How did they have oxygen to breathe inside the sealed tombs? There must have been large cracks in the sealed entrances to the tombs for these saints to breathe oxygen. But wait! The verse says they were raised. Not that they woke up, but that they were raised, as in from the dead. As in many zombies were walking the earth, appearing to many. These saints were resurrected, or at least reanimated. Were all these saints freshly dead bodies just like Jesus' body? Or had all these saints been dead for months or years, in which case their bodies would be beyond able to reanimate? But they had to wait inside their own tombs until Jesus also became a walking zombie, because Matthew claims that after Jesus' resurrection they came out of the tombs. So for 3 days, these saint zombies just stayed in their tombs, waiting for their cue like actors in a play, even though their tombs were open for them to leave? Is this crazy? How did the saint zombies know when Jesus was resurrected? How, therefore, did each saint zombie know when the time was right for them to exit their tombs after waiting and waiting, and then enter the holy city and appear as zombies to many? Does any of this make sense? Logically, no. Christianity is insanity. How the world's most popular religion is based upon a fictional book. For more thoughts regarding this situation, go to Amazon.com or Lulu.com to purchase this book. You may click on the link provided. Thanks.